Malaysia breaches 4K COVID-19 mark again. Recoveries even higher. National vaccination program crucial to restore country's economy. Well, hello and good evening. Thanks for joining us. And you're watching News at 10 with me, I'm Carlos. Well, after 2 days of daily COVID-19 cases below the 4,000 mark, the Health Ministry recorded 4,275 new cases as of noon today. And this is also the highest daily figure recorded so far. This takes the cumulative number of cases since the pandemic hit to 180,455, of which 42,769 are active cases. Well, of the new cases, only 11 were imported, involving 8 Malaysians and 3 non-citizens. However, in some good news, despite breaching the 4,000 mark again, the number of COVID-19 patients who have recovered and discharged from hospitals are even higher at 4,313. Well, this brings the total number of recoveries to 137,019, or 75.9% of the total cases. Meanwhile, 7 more deaths were recorded today, in all of them Malaysians. 260 patients are currently being treated at intensive care units across the country, with 103 requiring breathing assistance. The Health Ministry also detected 11 new COVID-19 clusters today, involving Johor, Malacca, Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, Sabah and Terengganu, taking the nationwide count to 724 clusters. The ministry said of the figure, 8 are workplace clusters, while the 4 others were community, religious and detention centre clusters. In addition, the ministry said 5 clusters, namely the Jalan Rusa, Tower, Kasih Diamond, Bukit Punai and Estate Maju clusters, had also been declared ended today. The government's national vaccination program plan to create a herd immunity among Malaysians is crucial towards the revitalization of the country's economy. Well, according to Deputy Secretary General at the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation of MOSTI, Dr. Muhammad Nur Azman Hassan, the spread of COVID-19 can be halted upon achieving herd immunity, as a majority of residents already possess immunity to the virus. Dr. Muhammad Nur Azman, who is also in charge of technological development, commercialization and science, technology and innovation services at MOSTI, explained that when society has developed an increased resistance toward the virus, its residents can move and connect in a near normal environment. Well, this opens up larger possibilities to further develop the economy. Herd immunity refers to a state in which infections can be kept to a low because a large number of the population is immune to a virus. Meanwhile, Malaysia Science Academy fellow Dr. Madeline Burma said she is optimistic that the COVID-19 vaccination program can expedite efforts to revive the country's economy, especially the domestic economy, which was severely impacted by the pandemic. She added that with the arrival of the vaccine, the country will have more ways to control COVID-19 alongside existing standard operating procedures, the SOPs. The Ministry of Education is striving to empower TV Pendidikan, which is now being broadcasted 9 hours daily over several television stations, including TV OK from RTM, Astro and NTV7, with a suitable approach. Well, in appreciation of the view and calls by various quarters on TV Pendidikan, Senior Minister for Education Dr. Radzi Jilin explained that the ministry revived TV Pendidikan on 6 April 2020 following the implementation of the First Movement Control Order, the MCO, on 18th March 2020. Well, it said the ministry resumed conventional TV Pendidikan to assist students who do not have access to the internet or the suitable devices to study via teaching and learning at home, or PDPDR. Well, currently TV Pendidikan is on air for 9 hours per day, with 2 hours on TV OK, 4 hours on Astro Tutor TV and 3 hours on NTV7. Dr. Radzi added that the ministry is aware the broadcast time, which is still insufficient considering the present situation. TV Pendidikan over conventional television began in 1972, went online via Edu Web TV on 1st March 2008, and it was no longer aired via conventional television stations from 1st January 2009. Perkembangan Usahawan Nasional Berhad (PUNB) has offered a deferment in financing principal payment and discount of 50% in rental of PUNB business premises to its entrepreneur partners for 6 months from January until June this year. Its chairman, Tan Sri Noh Omar, said this proactive action is to help entrepreneurs remain resilient and competitive in the face of COVID-19, which is still plaguing the country. Well, in a statement, he explained that the payment deferment only applies to the financing principal, while the profit rate must be paid as usual every month. Well, he said the January to June 2021 deferment is expected to benefit more than 2,000 PUNB entrepreneur partners, involving a collection of 110 million ringgit. Tan Sri Noh added that all PUNB entrepreneur partners who receive a deferment in April to December 2020 are automatically eligible for the initiative. Meanwhile, the PUNB chairman said a total of 226 tenants of PUNB business premises nationwide are eligible for a 50% rental discount for 6 months, effective January, involving an estimated collection of 2.5 million ringgit. He also said he hoped this initiative can help ease the burden of PUNB entrepreneur partners and business premises tenants, because many of them are still in the process of recovering and becoming competitive again. Authorities apprehended a total of 504 individuals yesterday for flouting the movement control order, the MCO protocol. Well, 494 of them were issued compounds, while 10 others were remanded. Well, according to a statement by Senior Minister for Security, Dato' Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, the most common offences include not wearing face masks, not providing entry-exit logs for customers at premises, unpermitted interstate travel, as well as not practicing proper physical distancing. Meanwhile, 445 roadblocks were erected via Op Benteng, involving the Royal Malaysia Police, the PDRM, the Malaysian Armed Forces, ATM, the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, MMEA, and the Border Security Agency, AXIM, which saw the arrest of 41 illegal immigrants, as well as the confiscation of 3 land vehicles and 2 boats. 81 sanitization operations were also conducted nationwide yesterday, involving 38 red zones, 6 orange zones, 4 yellow zones, and 1 green zone. Premises sanitized include trading centres, housing areas, public spaces, supermarkets, and government buildings. The Kelantan Health Department expects the capacity of existing health facilities in the state to last for only up to 2 months if the number of COVID-19 positive cases continues with the increasing trend. Well, expressing his concern, its director, Dr. Zaini Hussein, said this could happen with the surge in COVID-19 positive cases of more than 100 cases in Kelantan every day lately. He said the Health Ministry also found that the R0 or RO, an indicator of how fast COVID-19 is spreading in Kelantan, is now at 1.26, which exceeded the national R0 of 1.14.
Sebahagian yang kategori 1 dan 2 yang tidak mempunyai risiko, kita telah boleh dikarantinkan di rumah. Kita hanya fokus mereka yang berisiko di hospital. Jadi sudah strategi kita untuk memastikan fasiliti kita cukup untuk menangani kes-kes COVID. Dan sebab itu juga PKRC kita wujudkan untuk memastikan mereka yang perlu untuk dikarantin di tempat-tempat ini kita adakan di sini. Dan dari segi keperluan, memanglah kita telah mengenal pasti beberapa dewan selain daripada yang kita ada sekarang di Jubli Perak dan juga di Putih ini, kita juga telah mengenal pasti beberapa tempatlah sekiranya perlu untuk kita buka sebagai PKRC.
Speaking to reporters when met at Kelantan Musaada COVID-19 program at the Putih Quarantine and Low Risk Treatment Centre PKRC today, he said 8 hospitals in the state are now being used to treat COVID-19 patients, apart from 4 PKRCs, which are at Dewan Jubli Perak, Pusat Tarbiyah Islamiyah Kelantan, College Kejururawatan Kota Baru, and Dewan Civic Gua Musang. On the number of health staff, Dr. Zaini said the number is sufficient based on the current needs of patients at PKRCs and also hospitals in Kelantan. Well, the closure of Jambatan Semeling in Merbok, Kedah was made to reduce movement of residents in accordance to the Movement Control Order, the MCO. Well, according to Kuala Muda Police Chief ACP Adli Abu Shah, the decision was made following too much unnecessary movement without permission letters from the police. This is especially important regarding Kuala Muda districts categorized as COVID-19 red zones, as Sungai Petani is classified a red zone, while Semeling is currently a yellow zone.
Tutup jambatan Semeling, jalan Semeling. Yang ini kita ambil pengajaran bahawa PKP yang lepas, saya sendiri tengok banyak pergerakan di sana yang tidak ada justifikasi dan atas kekangan manpower, jadi kita ambil keputusan kita tutup. Sebab yang lepas macam saya kata, saya sendiri tahan, hanya nak ke mana, nak ke Tanjung Dawai dengan alasan yang remeh-temeh. Sebagai contoh, nak cari ikan fresh, sedangkan di Pekan Sungai Petani ada 8-10 pasar awam yang tak kurang menyediakan ikan fresh.
In the latest development, the road is only made accessible to motorcyclists. However, he also said residents from Sungai Petani or Merbok can also use alternative routes if there is any urgent need for outdoor movement. Sarawak has reduced the number of flights entering the state to ensure that entries are in line with the availability of hotel rooms to accommodate those who will be quarantined for 14 days after arriving. And Deputy Chief Minister Dato' Amar Douglas Uga Embas said the decision was also made to control the COVID-19 cases imported to the state. Well, according to Dato' Amar, Sarawak has gone through a very bitter lesson when it allowed home quarantine, which resulted in the cases spreading so badly in Cebu and Miri. He also said that the state authorities were intensifying the hunt for illegal immigrants in an effort to curb the spread of COVID-19 imported cases. Well, meanwhile, Dato' Amar, who is also the State Disaster Management Committee SDMC chairman, said the decision to reveal the location visited by COVID-19 positive cases to the public is for their own benefit, encouraging them to step forward to undergo health screening. Well, he said the decision was made by SDMC after a detailed discussion between all parties, adding that it is important for the general public to be aware of the locations visited by positive cases at a certain time and date. The rise in non-subsidized cooking oil prices was influenced by the rising price of crude palm oil, or CPO, since August last year. So Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Dato' Sri Alexander Nantalingi said the CPO price was reported to have risen above 3,000 ringgit per tonne in December last year, receiving many complaints about the increase in the price of non-subsidized cooking oil. Explaining further in a statement today, Dato' Sri Alexander said the price of non-subsidized cooking oil depends on the price of CPO, which in turn is determined based on demand and supply. Well, he said this puts pressure on prices in the local market, except for the price of government-subsidized cooking oil, which is sold at 2 ringgit and 50 cents. Meanwhile, the minister said since June last year, the Malaysian Palm Oil Board, or MPOB, reported that the price of crude palm oil in the world market had increased every month. And he explained that production prices increased due to several factors, namely the increase in international demand for crude and processed palm oil. In the meantime, Dato' Sri Alexander said various initiatives were undertaken by the government to help the people get cooking oil at a stable price, including subsidized cooking oil at a price of 2 ringgit and 50 cents per kilogram. He added that the ministry would continue to monitor the sale of cooking oil in bottles to prevent retailers from raising prices for the purpose of profiteering. Well, 2 criminals were nabbed with the combined efforts of the public after they were caught stealing from a car at the roadblock near Plaza Tol Gombak heading to Bentong yesterday. In the incident, which occurred at 10 a.m., saw 2 suspects on a motorcycle breaking the front passenger seat of a car driven by a woman before speeding off with her handbag. While the incident was witnessed by the driver of the lorry next to the victim's car, who then blared the horn before other nearby drivers also did the same. The suspects panicked and attempted to escape, but another lorry driver acted quickly by opening his door, causing the suspects to fall off their motorcycles. Gombak Police Chief ACP Arifai Tarawe said the suspects were caught by the lorry driver as well as a few other civilians. Both of them were turned over to the police officers stationed at a nearby roadblock. Early inspections revealed that the handbag which the suspects tried to steal contained various personal documents belonging to the woman as well as cash amounting to 90 ringgit. Following their arrest, police believe that they have solved 4 burglary cases in Gombak and Kuala Lumpur. The integrity of Malaysian referees continued to gain international recognition when 19 individuals were selected as match officials of World Football Governing Body FIFA this year. And Football Association of Malaysia (FAM) said they comprise of 5 referees, 9 assistant referees including a woman, 3 futsal referees and 2 beach football referees. In a statement released recently, FAM said one of the selected referees was Muhammad Amirul Izwan Yaakob, who has been a FIFA referee since 2012, apart from Muhammad Nazmi Nasaruddin, Suhaisi Shukri, Razlan Joffrey Ali, and Tuan Muhammad Yasin Tuan Muhammad Hanafia. As for the 9 assistant referees, they include Muhammad Yusri Muhammad, Muhammad Muazzi Zain Al Abidin, Muhammad Shahrin J. Omar, as well as a female assistant referee, Nur Akmal Anwar. The 3 futsal referees are Helde Idang, Muhammad Rizwan Rosali, and Muhammad Nur Afendi Nur Hayalan, while the 2 beach football referees are Suhaimi Mat Hassan and one Muhammad Tarmizi Wan Ibrahim. Meanwhile, Muhammad Amirul Izwan had also been commissioned to be appointed as video match official or VMO, while Muhammad Yusri had been named as an assistant referee for matches involving video assistant referee VAR. And with that item, we conclude this evening's News at 10. In our top story, sadly, Malaysia breaches 4K COVID-19 mark again, and recoveries even higher. Well, join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Mohammed Amin Carlos. Do stay tuned to Saluran Berita RTM. Have a pleasant evening and do take care.